Tell me and be honest, would you pay $3,000 for a vehicle with the same powertrain, same horsepower number, same torque output, but a couple extra techie features?
I mean, I don't know, and that's what today's video is about, so
So
we're gonna answer that.
Today's our turbo takeover. We're comparing the 2025 Kia K4 GT Line Turbo to the 2025 Kia K4 GT Line Turbo Limited. Key difference, one's limited. Now these naming platforms are getting harder and harder. Charlotte and I, we're struggling to remember them. But we know that one is our top trim level and one is just below, but with the same specs in terms of power and performance. Now, Charlotte, there's a lot in between though, right?
There definitely is.
$3,000 of difference worth. So today's video is all about breaking it down so you guys can see firsthand and side by side which one might be the better buy for you. Now, we do an exterior and interior walkthrough, right?
Yes, we do.
But what makes it special, Char?
The fact that these videos are done completely live, meaning it's just simply one take, it's us, there's no script, we're just simply talking about the cars, and the best part is that we have this live chat, so if you guys have any questions about the GT Line or the GT Line Limited, feel free to put them in the chat. And if you're watching this after it's already been posted, first of all, like this video. Please. Subscribe, please, because it's free to do so, and you gotta take advantage of that in this economy. And you can also ask your questions down below as a regular posted comment.
Yes.
So with that being said, keep in mind our question of the day is going to be, would you take the GT Line or the GT Line Limited? So feel free to post your answers in the chat or in the comments down below. Let's get into it.
All right, let's go. So right now our Gravity Gray, or Interstellar Gray I should say, K4 is going to be our Turbo Limited. So this is the top trim level available for the Kia K4 here in Canada. Keyword is Canada. If you guys are watching from the States or other markets, you may notice that a couple things are different, and of course the price point is going to be very different. But this is the best we can get for the K4. And that's not to say that the GT Line Turbo over here isn't bad. It's pretty dang good. So hopefully we can do a good comparison. Now I will say a lot of the exterior elements are going to be exactly the same between the two, but I think they pop out a lot more on our red exterior. So I'll probably focus on the front end and exterior on this model here. So first things first, we have our Kia emblem. It's just finished in our brushed aluminum that we see typically on all of our vehicles. Very nice touch to it. If there's any, I guess, feedback I've seen from some of you guys want this all black, but that's something you guys can DIY at home. It's pretty easy. Who knows though, maybe they'll change in the future. On the topic of black accents, you'll notice on the GT Line, both Turbo and GT Line Turbo Limited, a lot of things are going to be dark. So we'll take a look at our upper grille right over here. Everything is done in a nice gloss black finish, but we still have this beautiful bar across the front end to add some light contrast. For front bumper over here, more body color, depending on, of course, what body color you get. And then our lower grille also done in gloss black. Now the bottom lip is showcased in a nice, almost dark smoke, gunmetal color if you will, but it is matte. So this, cleaning it, you'll definitely notice water spots, but when it's clean, it looks really, really nice. Ties perfectly with the gloss black though, so you get a mix of dark and light materials, but not done in a bad way. So it's not too mix and matchy, it just looks good and flows well. Now this vehicle is advanced or equipped with advanced forward collision avoidance assist, so forward collision avoidance assist 1.5, something that the Kia Forte of the past did not have. That means that this vehicle will work in junction turns, so making a left at a busy intersection, but also of course it'll pick up the risk of collisions with pedestrians, cyclists, and of course other motorized vehicles. Now that is actually something that is standard on the Kia K4, and this vehicle just gets it based off its place in the lineup. Now there is an advancement to that thanks to this plate right over here. So this radar plate will also do highway drive assist. Essentially what that means is it's a buildup from your smart cruise control, which if you didn't know, it's cruise control, but it'll take you all the way up to a complete stop, and you can set the following distance from your steering wheel. Essentially, it's just gonna know the speed limit of the highway that you're on, if there's any bends in the road, that kind of thing, and it can tackle it for you. So an advancement of the base smart cruise control on the LX and above models. You get it on this trim level. Sorry if that sounds a little confusing. Now for your headlamps, you're gonna get full LEDs. You have LED positioning lights, daytime running lights, and traditional headlamps. They just shut off, so let's get those back on. Now the headlamps themselves, I think they look fantastic, but you will notice a difference when we take a look at the GT Line Limited, where you'll get a cube style instead. So let me get the lights on the Limited as well too, so you guys.
They turned off too?
They both turned off.
In terms of price point, this one is obviously going to be a little bit more affordable. It's priced at $31,495, and then $3,000 price increase if you do want to go up to the top trim, which is the Limited. So this is going to be $34,495.
All right. So you might already see right off the bat the difference in lighting between these two vehicles. So I think this looks fantastic. It's the same light that you'll see on the entry model all the way up to the GT line. I think it looks very good. Of course, very bright, very sharp. You do have intelligent high beam assist already integrated into the vehicle. Beautiful amber daytime running light as well too. So a very striking look. Now when you move up to the Limited, you do get these, oh, I turned them off. But these over here,
Great.
Pay attention here. The fog lights are actually integrated into the headlamp unit itself, which is a little strange. A lot of people see this vehicle and don't think that it has fogs, but they are just integrated. So you'll notice that, what?
They're not on.
Oh, they're still not on. Oh my goodness, you guys. I see the flash change on the wall.
Yeah,
above.
and you think that you've done it.
Okay, I can't get them on right now. Hello.
But you guys can see them. Like you can actually see it right
Yeah.
here. Oh my goodness, it's too bright. So see how the detailing is different? You can see all those cubed elements in there. So there you go. You got them, girl.
Awesome, okay. So full lamp. Again, amber daytime running light. So same general style, but you'll see these cubic lights as well too. Now for the front end, you'll notice there's a couple extras on the GT line Turbo Limited, and let me point them out to you. Number one is going to be your parking sensors. So you have 4 sensors along the front bumper of the vehicle. That's of course going to aid with proximity. So if you are pulling into a parking spot and there's a car ahead of you, once you get very close, it'll start beeping, giving you audible feedback inside the cabin to kind of warn you you're getting close to something. But not only that, in the very center, and I'll have Charlotte get a little bit closer, there's actually a forward-facing camera. Now that camera is not the typical forward camera that we're used to where it senses the lanes ahead of you and what's happening there. That's actually a visual camera, so it's going to give you a live view of everything that's happening in front of you. But it's also one of the many cameras on this vehicle which gives you a full 360 view on top of that. So throw your car into reverse, you get a top-down view showing everything. Pull up close to a wall, it shows you the forward-facing camera. So the most relevant camera based off what kind of maneuvers you're doing. So we see our front sensors, we see our front camera. I'll have Charlotte quickly show the wheels and then I'll pop the hood and talk about powertrain for you guys. So both of these vehicles are going to share an 18-inch alloy. However, the finish is completely different. On the Limited, you get a gloss black style, and on the GT line, it's machined finish. But if you look at the actual spoke and style of the wheel, they're exactly the same. So it's the same wheel design. Arguably, I do think I like the machine finish more just because I do like I'm not a personal fan of an all black at the wheel, but that's okay.
I think I'm kind of over the murdered out look.
Yeah, and I do think it's a little bit more forgiving for machine finish. All right, now let's pop the hood. Neither of these vehicles have hydraulic lifts for their hood, so they're both going to utilize a prop arm, and they both share the same powertrain. So for convenience's sake, we'll only pop one hood. It's got a 1.6 liter turbocharged gasoline direct engine with 190 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. Now both these vehicles, of course, have the same 0 to 100. They got the same specs. They're the same car, you guys, mechanically. This vehicle is also going to get you an average of 8 liters per 100 kilometers combined, so highway and city. It especially shines on this highway, as most vehicles do. It's got rated, I believe it's 6.6 liters per 100 kilometers, but I will fact check that for you guys. So the turbo performs very, very efficient. Both vehicles are only available as front-wheel drive models. They do have a multi-link rear suspension, so when it comes in terms to handling, they do perform much better than the or torsion beam models of the K4. So they will handle a bit better, they steer nicely, and both of them are very, very fun. Now I pointed out the wheels, but I'll talk about brakes real quick. So you get larger front disc brakes, ventilated disc brakes, and solid disc brakes in the rear. For your mirrors, both vehicles will have black mirrors. So black cap, turn signal indicator integrated into them as well. That's going to be an LED. And they both have this nice satin chrome accent. You will get the added bonus of a camera on the blind view for the Limited model. So of course that will be integrated onto your main dash every time you go to indicate a turn. It'll just show you exactly what's happening in your blind spot. Not exactly new technology in Kia's lineup. We've had it first, I believe, on our Kia Telluride, but it's fantastic to see it in a compact. This is actually our first compact vehicle to have it. So We're very happy about that, and it's only
claps.
available. Sorry?
2 claps.
3 claps. Only available on the limited model, but you do get blind spot detection on both cars. So even if you don't have the camera, you still have the illumination and the audible alert to let you know that there's a vehicle in your blind spot. Likewise, both vehicles will feature, of course, your lane keeping and lane following assistance, and both of them will have forward collision avoidance too. Except when you get over to the limited model, it takes it to level 2 instead of 1.5. That means that this vehicle will also see lane change oncoming, specific collisions or avoid those collisions, a bunch of them seriously. So slower pace, fast pace, it seriously scans any type of collision situation and can brake for you to avoid it. The same is true for the rear. So if you're backing out of a parking lot, the vehicle can hit the brakes, but first it'll warn you, of course. All these safety functions can also be shut off. So if you're not a fan of all this tech, it's okay. You can turn it off.
And we'll show you how.
Well, we'll show you how, maybe. Now, also on this channel, we have done videos on each and every individual feature. So we've done Highway Drive Assist 2, we've done Highway Drive Assist 1, every single thing we've explained. So feel free to check out our channel to find out more about that. But I just leaked Highway Drive Assist 2. That is one additional function that this vehicle has that the line back there does not. Essentially, it does the same thing in the sense that it'll monitor your speed, make sure you're at a safe following distance, and steer your car, but it can also perform automated lane changes. So with this vehicle, if you go to indicate a right turn and you keep your hands on the wheel, it will change lanes automatically. Also side sensors. I don't know if you want to show that.
Thank you.
Side parking sensors. So if you are making a bit of a tighter maneuver, let's say you're parallel parking and there's a wall or something else nearby, it will show you just how close you are. All right, door handles are going to be a bit different too. Sorry, I don't want to make you run in between the cars.
No, you're good.
No front door handles.
Oh, yeah.
So this door handle, it doesn't have the traditional button that we're used to for convenience entry, but it still operates the same way. Basically, if you have the key and you're in proximity, you just put your hand behind the handle, it'll unlock for you. Press your finger on the divot once you're done to lock it. You can also utilize digital key to touch, meaning if your smartphone is equipped and paired with your vehicle, you can unlock, start, and drive your vehicle from your phone. Pretty cool. I don't know if you want to do a quick flash to the K4 over there.
I feel like we should have done this on the driver's side.
Yeah, maybe.
So just to reiterate, here is the indent for digital key 2, and then here is the traditional pad for just your regular proximity key.
So button versus sensor. Either
And
of which work.
both work, whether you're wearing mittens or not.
Yes.
Which is very nice too.
All right, so a couple more design cues I'll point out, and this is shared between both vehicles, but it'll probably show up better on the red. Again, that satin chrome expands all the way across the belt line of the vehicle. All your pillars are going to be finished in gloss black, same with your roof line, which I think looks very good. Back end of the vehicle, you do get a pillar-mounted door handle.
Nice.
That takes some getting used to. And both vehicles feature the beautiful fast back rear end with a nice little gloss black panel here. Makes the vehicle look like it has a short trunk, but it's not exactly confined in space. I'll show you on the red. So tail lamps expanding almost all the way across, stopping at about here before being met with a little bit more gloss black paneling. You of course have your rear camera and then a trunk release. Opens up to give you 413 liters of cargo space back here. Both vehicles will also give you a compact spare tire, so true peace of mind, especially if you do a lot of highway driving. Canadian highway driving, that is. And then, of course, the rear diffuser of this vehicle done up in a nice gloss black finish. You'll notice that the limited model will have a couple more things happening on the back bumper, and that's just due to the fact that it does have rear parking sensors. But in terms of emblems, you will see the GT line badge is on the right-hand side for both vehicles. That is truly the only, I guess, model designation on this vehicle other than the fact of the exterior elements, but that's the only badge. Kia emblem in the very center with K4 on the left-hand side. All materials are the same too, so huge bonus. I don't know if you guys remember, 2022, Kia released the refreshed Stinger, so product enhancement Stinger, and every single badge was in a different material.
Yeah, they're all in different finishes.
They learned their lesson. The last thing I'll point out on this vehicle is your fuel tank. It's a 47-liter tank, so very, very affordable to fill up, and these turbos do not require any premium fuel, so just regular unleaded fuel is fine. So in terms of fuel efficiency and cost in that sense, they're going to both be the same. It's truly the acquisition cost of these vehicles where you'll feel the difference. Now, Charlotte, I think it's time to take a look inside. What are you going to start with?
Let's go inside. We're going to start with the GT line, because everything that is going to be on this vehicle is going to be on the GT line Limited. It's going to build off of that, but we will have a couple more little tech advancements when it comes to the GT line Limited. So let's pop on Inside, I'll have Gabby give a good pan because I've actually trapped myself behind this door, which is really good. But here you can see some of the differences. One of the big differences starting on this trim is going to be the seats themselves. Not only are we going to see powered seats with the included lumbar support, but also they're going to be that GT line, a little bit more of a sports style with this nice two-tone as well, which I think looks really, really great.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yes, of course.
I didn't talk about the transmission. It's an 8-speed transmission, not dual clutch, just regular automatic.
And you know what we get on this trim? That starts on this trim?
Pedal shifters.
Paddle shift. Is that what prompted you? Did you see the paddles? Yeah. All right, so let's take a look at the driver's side door. And one of the things that the K4 does differently is the fact that we have our convenience elements located on the door. So your heated seats and your heated steering wheel are located on the doors for both the driver and the passenger. Chrome painted door handles, electronically controlled mirrors, 2 obstacle detecting and 1 touch windows, and then we still have some of this really nice accenting down below as well. Still storage compartment, bottle holder, and 1 of 6 speakers in this vehicle. Also, I'm not too sure if you can tell, but we will have a little bit of mood lighting. So that is something that we get on starting on this trim, the ambient lighting, which again looks really nice, especially when paired with a sound system. So there you can see a little bit of it there. Also, again, just some really, really great elements built into this vehicle. I love the dash. I think it looks fantastic. And just all of the detail. It really is beautiful on the outside and on the interior too. All right, do you want to come around?
For sure.
Oh, wait, actually, I'll show the seat configurations from here. I know I talked about them, but I'll show them. So you have your 6-way power adjustable, and that is going to include 2-way lumbar support. And the seats, they are a synthetic leatherette. Incredibly comfortable. Like, they feel like butter, but they also have a great amount of padding, more than what we've seen in previous vehicles because of the lightweight seat frame. So more padding, more comfort. Then on this side, I'll just point out brightness adjuster, electronic parking brake, and your traction control. All right, now you can come around.
I think this vehicle certainly improves upon the Forte in terms of, it might not necessarily be as sporty looking like the seats and the transmission, but it's definitely got a lot more looks and a lot more tech focused items, which I really do like.
Yeah. Tell me about your seat.
Yeah, so I've got, of course, the same seat design as Charlotte. The seat is going to be manual, though, but you do get a height adjustment, which is actually very rare for a vehicle in the size class.
Yeah, for sure. So it's great to see that included. So you still get that 6-way manual adjustment. So our steering wheel is also going to be something that's different. We have a sport style steering wheel, again in two-tone, which again, I really think looks good, especially with the off-center Kia logo, which I know is controversial. I know some people love it, some people hate it. I really like it in the two-tone.
Right.
Right. Another thing that I like about the shape of the steering wheel is that it is designed to give you clear access or clear visual on your speedometer and your tachometer. So there's no obstruction by way of the steering wheel here, where if it was fully rounded, you might get that a little bit more. Also located on the steering wheel, you're going to have a split between your driving controls and your media controls. So from here, everything that you want at the touch of your fingers to control your audio and multimedia. Everything here to control that highway drive assist, that lane keep, that lane follow, that smart cruise. Anything for driving, you can adjust right here on the fly, which I really like. You're also going to have this handy dandy notes icon, which is going to be able to cycle through the screen. Now, starting on this screen, or starting on this trim is when you're going to get the dual 12.3-inch screens. You're also going to get integrated navigation, which when you are using it in Kia's head unit, can be projected directly in front of you, which is very nice to see as well.
Do you think you can take the sticker off? Because I think that's why
Is
it's
it causing
so
too
glary.
much glare?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, I couldn't see the regular tab for the sticker.
Ah, so much better.
Oh my goodness, guys, this is really long.
One piece.
Oh my goodness. This is almost 30 inches.
Of screen real estate.
Screen real estate. Screel estate, if you will. I don't know why I do that.
Oh, that's much better.
Okay, does that look better, guys? So if I press that button again, that notes icon, I'm just going to cycle through everything again, that way to make sure you guys get a clear view. So see how the vehicle's responding, your navigation if you want, and then also your safety features too. Like I said, behind the steering wheel is we do have paddle shifters. These are going to be used just as regular paddle shifters, which is fantastic. So if you want to gear up or gear down, you can definitely do so from right here for that 8-speed auto. Then you're going to have your lighting stock and your wiper stock. Starting on this trim as well is going to be a designated 5-inch HVAC screen. Now, if you're looking at this and you're like, Charlotte, the steering wheel is really great for seeing my tach and my speedometer, but maybe it's not as great for seeing the 5-inch screen. Well, let me put your mind at ease. Yeah, let me put your mind at ease. So you can do everything here for your climate control. You're still going to have your controls down here for your climate control, but if you press this star icon, it's going to jump you into it on a bigger screen. So from here, you're again going to be able to control everything that you would be able to from here and even from down below, really, which I really like. So there's a lot of ways to get to different screens just to allow it to be whatever's convenient for you. Now, speaking of your multimedia screen, again, 12.3 inches. So 12.3 inches, 12.3 inches, 5 inches. Holy cow, that's a lot of screens. So from here, you can again see that integrated navigation that we do have. Phone projection, you have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This vehicle is also equipped with Kia Connect, which is Kia's telematics system. So you can start, lock, and check the location of your vehicle all from the comfort of your phone. And then if you want to go and adjust those exterior safety features, as Gabby mentioned, you can go in through your driver's assistance, which everything will be located here. In terms of interior safety, we do still have things like safe exit assist, your rear occupant alert, and we have 8 airbags in both of these vehicles. Down below, media controls in real buttons and a roller dial, which I really like. And even if you press this map button, it can actually jump you into this, or if you have your phone connected, it can jump you into your phone map too. Down below, still controls for climate control, and we actually have dual climate control in this vehicle, which is the first time that we get to see it on the K4. It does start in this trim, so I can set my temperature, Gabby can set hers, we can both be comfortable, which I really like. Down below, a wireless phone charger. If you do want to opt for wired connectivity, you certainly can by using your data transfer USB-C right here. Another one for charging, 12 volt as well. Regular gear shift, which I like. Push to start. You're also going to have your auto hold button as right here. So when you're driving, if you bring the vehicle to a full and complete stop, when auto hold is enabled, you can actually take your foot off of the brake, which is nice, and it will hold you there. So it helps with driver fatigue, especially for those long drives. Give your knee a little bit of a break. You're also going to have your rear view camera. This will come up as the vehicle is put into reverse, of course, and a really great clear picture with multiple viewpoints, including a top-down and a wide angle. Cup holders, guillotine style, very nice. They pop out, perfectly accommodating for large or small drinks. Center console, good amount of space in there. Up top, we have a nice dark headliner. I already mentioned our Kia Connect controls. So from here, you can also access roadside assistance. Now this isn't exclusive to this trim, this is going to start on the EX Plus trim, but we do have a wide style sunroof, which I love. Like, it's huge, it's massive for this vehicle, it's great. And then your mirror, it is manual, so you can actually go and adjust and have it dim depending on the time of day outside too. All right, I think that's it.
I think it's worth mentioning that with the black headliner and so much dark accents, I'm so happy that they added the white paneling on the seats and the steering wheel.
And I think the sunroof too.
Yeah, the sunroof's huge.
Just brightens it up, right?
Yeah.
So also mood lighting. Who doesn't love mood lighting?
Still makes it sporty, you know what I mean?
It's a very sporty spice.
It sucks getting into a sporty car with a beige headliner. So,
yeah,
this
one's nice. I like the black.
It moodens it up.
I will mention for the rears, you do have a rear drop-down armrest, but we'll take a closer look at what that looks like in the GT Line Limited.
Perfect.
So let's head over there. Perfect timing too, because the vehicle just shut off.
So we're doing rear seats in the GT Line Limited?
We'll do rear seats back here.
Okay.
I'll show a couple differences in here, if you don't mind. They will be on the driver's side door. So what you're going to be getting when you move up to the GT Line Limited is, Gabby already mentioned that we have digital key. You're also going to have the inclusion of a memory seats too. So you are able to go and save your driver's seat configuration, which is fantastic if you're a multi-driver household. You're also going to get ventilated seats, which again, everything really is on the driver's side door, because down below you'll also notice the fact that we have a premium sound system too, which is going to be a Harman Kardon premium sound system. And I believe you have 8 speakers in this vehicle, but I might actually need to double check that. I know it's 4 on the base, 6. Let me see if this actually says.
It no say there.
It no say? Okay, I might have to take a visual look. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
While Charlotte's fact checking, I'll just point out the GT Line also has heated rear seats. So usually that's something that only our top models get, but this one gets it.
2. Okay, it looks like there is only 6. I was wrong, misinformation. Okay, I'll pop into the back here. Do you want to show?
Sure. Again, pillar mounted door handles. We'll do the flimsy check. Not flimsy.
Okay, so the back seats for the K4 turbo trims are practically identical. You'll notice we still have that same synthetic leatherette. We still have some white piping and detailing, which I think looks really, really good. And when I see this in the second row, it just makes me realize that they didn't forget about the second row. We also have an amazing amount of rear legroom. It's actually leading class. And you actually have more legroom back here than you do in something like the Kia Seltos, which is actually a size class up from this vehicle. Well, a couple up from this vehicle, really.
SUV, yeah.
This is a drop-down armrest, which I mentioned. So it is adjustable. You have cup holders here as well. heated rear seats, like Gabby said. These seats are also gonna have sets of lower latch anchors and rear tethers. Another couple items that I like in the back is the fact that we do have a one pocket here for stretch. We have rear ventilation as well, dual USB-Cs, and a convenience pocket. And these seats are gonna double as a coat rack or place to put your bag, so you can really make the most of all of that rear legroom. All right, that's pretty much it for the comparison between these two vehicles. Everything else up front is going to be pretty much the same as for what I mentioned, which is, again, going to be the sound system. It's premium. Goodness. Ventilated seats in the interior. You're going to have that digital key, and you're also going to have the inclusion of driver's memory seats.
Awesome. All right, should we do a quick rundown for the people?
I think we should.
Okay. Do you want to look for questions and I'll give quick
Oh,
specs?
maybe I should show the surround view monitor on
Yes.
this. Let's show that actually.
That would be awesome.
So Gabby showed you guys all of the exterior cameras, so you guys know that they exist, but let's take a look at what they are when they're all pieced together. I'm gonna briefly turn the vehicle on. I'll show you the blind view monitor as well. You're gonna have your parking sensor button here too. So press that, that's gonna pull up your camera feed. So you have that full 360 viewpoint, which is using all four of those cameras on the vehicle. And then also you have a top-down viewpoint. You can, hi, thank you.
Finger monster.
So good, ew. You can also access the different camera points too. And the nice thing is if your sensors do trigger anything, if they do detect anything, they're gonna automatically bring up the live feed. Rear view camera, which again is going to be the same. And then you also are able to access the mirror cameras too. And then here's that full 360 view, which we just took a look at. I'm going to briefly turn the vehicle on to show you the blind view monitor. So when you go to indicate a turn, it's going to pull up a live speed, replacing either your speedometer or your tach, just to let you know what's going on there. Perfect for seeing cyclists, motorcycles, anything that you want extra visibility with on the road. Okay, that is everything.
All right. Maybe I'll flip the camera here. We can do our...
Oh, let me grab our stuff then.
I'll do a quick rundown between the two. So, oh, hello. Spec-wise, both these vehicles are identical in terms of horsepower and torque. The GT line Turbo Limited, the one we're sitting in right now, is about $3,000 more, making it our top trim level. It's going to add on our 360 camera, so camera in the front, the rear, of course, and then each individual mirror on the side, piecing together a full 360 view. It also gives you the added feature of a blind view monitor, so every time you indicate a lane change or turn, it'll show you what's happening there. There is also our parking assistance with this vehicle too, which is quite cool, so it can scan parking spots. Cooled seats up in the front. You get the blacked out alloys instead of the machine finish ones, which could be a benefit or maybe
drawback,
a negative.
depending on your taste.
Yeah. Front and rear parking sensors as well as side sensors, and also highway drive assist level 2 and forward collision avoidance level 2. So a couple advanced safety functions in this vehicle. It's quite nice.
Did you pretty much cover everything?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So then from here we can move into Q&A. Do you want to share?
Okay, yeah.
Or I don't know if you can see on there, but
I will make it work.
okay. I saw someone asking about if the GT line had air-cooled seats. It doesn't. It's only on the top trim, which is the Limited. GT line Limited. Are the side view mirrors power folding? They are not. They are power adjustable, but they're not power folding. Key.
I was late. Are these all-wheel drive or do they come in all-wheel drive? Front-wheel drive only.
Womp womp.
I'm not mad at that, actually.
I know.
The only all-wheel drive sedans we got here in Canada was the K5 and the Stinger, both of which are discontinued.
Yeah. Okay, let's
We
go
don't
up to the
got
top.
much.
Just trying to see if there's any questions. Someone was asking about the 2026 Telluride. So the Telluride is slated for a refresh. Another one of the follow-up questions is if we think that there would be a hybrid version. And I think that that is something that is very likely, especially since we saw it on something like the Kia Carnival. It's likely that we'd see that powertrain continue to 1.6 turbo.
Plus, if you look under the hood, there's room for
room.
some hybrid components.
Well, it's being redesigned anyways, so
yeah.
they can make the room anyways.
Wait, for what question?
Telluride.
Oh, I thought we were talking about the K4.
No.
Okay. Both of
No,
which
no,
are
no.
possible.
I look at the K4 and I'm like, you could fit a 2-liter turbo under there.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to do that.
No, I don't either, but you could
Although-
fit it.
If I was being...
Engine swap!
Kia Canada, if you're watching, please stop now. But if I was being a conspiracy theorist, I would say, number one, yes, the 2-liter would fit in there. Number two, The verbiage GT line, we don't have a GT limited anymore. That kind of hints at the fact that there might be something more. Do you know what I mean, Char? Because
Yeah.
usually the GT line is just exterior elements.
It's Mr. Tim.
Hey guys,
What do you want?
I was seeing if you guys were done yet.
No.
No.
When are you going to do the
The cat?
cat?
Can you give us some of the specs?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, go.
I don't know now.
It's a 22.6B or D,
Yeah, 22.6D diesel cat.
2.2 liter diesel.
It's 54 horsepower. I know that.
It's 60 something horsepower, yes.
But I
It's
know
got
it goes
heated
pretty
seats.
fast.
I'll do the interior, guys. Don't worry.
I did the road run with it, and it was pretty quick.
Please honk the horn. Can you go
You
honk
honk
the
the
horn?
horn? Yeah, sure.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. We're going to end our live stream.
Thank you.
Got lights, got everything.
That's my new ride, you guys.
It's fun.
Is that the new unlimited line? Yes, it is.
Do you guys remember, I think it was last April Fool's, Charlotte and I filmed our snowplow? Well, the engine blew up in our snowplow, and we had a bunch of snow, so we had to rent a caterpillar. Meow. Bobcat, if you will.
Do you have the cat in red? No, we do not.
Only comes in rusty yellow.
Yeah. All right. I don't see any questions. So I think on that note, we'll end off today's video and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
I'm gonna put this somewhere so I can show off the live. Okay, I'm gonna put it down.
Okay. Gabby was using this as a hair clip.
It worked. Wait, should I do a demonstration?
Yeah, tutorial. Hair clip
hold
tutorial.
this?
Yeah, I'd love to. This is what Gabby was doing today. Just so you know what I deal with on the day-to-day basis. Hair clip.
This is why our mics don't work.
Do you feel bonita?
Because you
Look bonita! Okay, bye.
Hold on, I'm having issues closing this.
Oh, girl.